Hello, everybody. This is Drew Thomas here, and what you see here is the Drew Thomas movie title. And you probably read the title of this video. I'm going to be going over the locations I visited in Drew Thomas movie and why I visited them. So, yeah. So, I have it pulled up on my YouTube, and you see the first location in the movie is, well, the St. Louis Zoo. Now, why did I choose the St. Louis Zoo? It's because, well, lots of people have been to the zoo, even John Goodman himself, so that's why I chose the St. Louis Zoo because, well, it's one of the most popular attractions in St. Louis, and it's also America's top number one best rated free attraction, and it didn't cost us a dime while we were filming here. Although this shot on the train, I shot back when I did Show Me Trains. However, the rest, I didn't go on the train at all because, well, I was so focused on getting the movie done. So, yeah. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, you should probably check it out. So, yeah. I filmed it pretty much for every scene. Well, not every scene, but, well, the beginning and, towards the end. And then, the next location was obviously my bedroom. And that's just because I visited it. Or that's because, it was the one place I could film without, having to build an island soda. Now, the next place you see is Sirloin Stockade, aka the Cow in the Sky. Now, yesterday I got food poisoning from this place, but well, the day before, and I got a whole stomach ache that night. But yeah, I don't think it was food poisoning. I might have just got a fever, and some of it was food poisoning. But yeah. Sirloin Stockade is famous for their cow in the sky, and it's also a famous buffet and steakhouse. So yeah, if you like buffets, then I highly recommend you stop at Sirloin Stockade. Sadly, it was full and it was at capacity, but we filmed there anyway, and we didn't eat there. We ate at a Chinese restaurant that day. So yeah, I was originally going to be Wendy's, but yeah. Now the next shot was, now the next noble place that I visited was, well, the Katy Trail. Now, the Katy Trail I chose because, well, the Katy Trail was, a bike trail that used to be an old railroad. So, yeah, still trying to pull it up. So, yeah. Okay, here it is. Now, there's Dieseltown on the Katy Trail. I chose the Katy Trail because, well, it used to be an old railroad line before it got turned into a hiking trail. So, yeah, they ripped up the rails and put away the ballast and they turned it or the sleepers, and they kept the ballast, and now it just became a railroad or hiking trail with the stopping points being like railroad stations. And now we get to downtown St. Louis. Now, downtown St. Louis was pretty difficult because we had to drive through the traffic and drive through the big buildings. I chose in front of Busch Stadium, which, you can actually see Busch Stadium later in the St. Louis scene. I also chose Funky Town because, well, it was a catchy song. And now, one of the locations in St. Louis I chose was Union Station. Now, here's something that you ought to know about Union Station. That's not Union Station, actually. That was, or the Frisco's restaurant. But anyway, okay. I actually pulled this up, and that reminds me of something. I actually filmed at the Gateway Arch. Let me just play it a little bit. So yeah. Now, the reason why I chose the Gateway Arch is because, well, it was seen on one of my childhood movies, The Little Einsteins Are Big, X'd Out Huge Adventure. So, yeah. And and that was like the first time I saw the Gateway Arch up close and personal. And then we get to the Shining Time scene, which I filmed it at an actual train station, Union Station. Although now the only trains that run there is the Amtrak and the Metrolink. Yeah, however, the inside of the station was filmed at Frisco's in Raleigh. Or not Raleigh, Cuba. Frisco's was a train themed restaurant, had a little train whistle that people can blow whenever, it's time for them to leave. And they also had a red caboose that you can sit on for pictures. There was a Dolly Parton standee up there, so I decided to throw in a Hello Dolly reference because Hello Dolly the movie. And now this next scene I actually filmed near my house is hiking trail known as the Tiger Trail. Now you can actually see it in the background when Diesel 10 kills Flippy by mistake. Now, I chose that because, well, it looked like a railroad line, although it wasn't. It was just a gravel trail, so I decided to use that. It was in my backyard, pretty much, so yeah. It's a public trail and people hike on it, but thankfully there was no people that day, so I saw an opportunity and I seized it. And now it gets to an interesting scene, Six Flags St. Louis. I chose Six Flags St. Louis because it was one of my childhood places to visit. And needless to say, filming there was a piece of cake. I I did it for 2 days. The first day I filmed, some scenes, and then the next day I finished filming all the Six Flags scenes, like the epic battle scene. And while I was filming the epic battle scene, it's the engineer of the train caught me videoing, and he asked me when I was born and to come see him. I went to see him, and he showed me how the train works. He let me sit in the driver's seat, and I got to ring the bell and blow the whistle. So yeah, and it's also the coaster capital of Missouri. Well, it used to be called that, but now it's called the Gateway to Coasters. And the park was celebrating its 50th anniversary, so it would have made sense to film it to celebrate its 50th anniversary. So yeah. Now, some additional scenes, like the parking lot scenes, weren't filmed in the Six Flags parking lot. It was actually filmed in a school parking lot, but school wasn't in session because it was summertime, so I chose that. And as for the other nighttime scenes, those were filmed on the sidewalk near my house. Same for some parts of the chase scene, and as well as the diesel 10 being blown up scene. So yeah, that's all the film locations and why I filmed there for Drew Thomas the movie. So yeah, if you want me to film in another part of Missouri, let me know down in the comments below for my sequel. So yeah, my sequel, I will return to Missouri and I'll hopefully go to more locations. But anyway, subscribe to Drew Thomas and subscribe to Easter Productions because Drew Thomas the movie is on both platforms. So yeah, well, channels. So, this is Drew Thomas signing off. Good night and pickle suck.